And I'm very sorry for keeping everybody waiting and also for talking to you after filing deadlines of some people. We've been doing a lot of work today, and I wanted to speak to you after we had done our work, and I would have more to say. So let me just start with a couple of remarks. We have continued our continuous negotiation here, and it has been a very good and important opportunity for me, our negotiating team, and Ambassador McNaughton to spend some time talking with the Prime Minister. This is obviously a very consequential negotiation, and it's very important for us to consult with the Prime Minister, to let him know where we are in the negotiation, and to get his instructions for next steps. I had the chance to speak with him in person also on Monday, and today we had 2 meetings with him. I also had the chance today to speak with Ambassador Lighthizer, both summing up progress that we made this week, talking about next steps, and talking about the conversation I had had with the Prime Minister, so that was good too. What we have agreed, what Ambassador Lighthizer and I agreed, is that officials will continue to work on some of the complicated issues in Washington tomorrow. Steve Verheuvel and David McNaughton are returning to Washington this evening. So officials will be working, and then Ambassador Lighthizer and I will stay in touch, keep track of their progress. And as I say, we are really in a continuous negotiation phase. I do also want to be sure that Canadians are aware of the hurricane. Please check our website, travel.gc.ca, for hurricane warnings and updates. And I would urge everyone to be really, really careful. Everything that we are hearing is that this is a very serious weather condition, and we want everybody, particularly Canadians, to be safe. And then finally, I just want to say how nice it is for me to be in Saskatoon. I had a chance for the first time to meet in person one of my personal heroes, Roy Romano, a fellow Ukrainian Canadian, a fellow Prairie Ukrainian Canadian, and we had a chance to talk a little bit about those shared roots, a little bit about Ukraine, and it was just a delight to meet him. And it was also very nice, and I'd like to thank the kitchen of this beautiful hotel for the lunch of borscht, holubci, and vareniki, and kubasa, which really made me feel totally at home.
What does it mean that you are not going? Are the talks at a stalemate at your level?
Absolutely not. That is absolutely not the case. In negotiations, you do work and resolve the issues that you can at the ministerial level, and then you reach points where what is needed is continued technical work to get to the next moment where ministers need to meet in person. So it would absolutely, this is absolutely a process which is moving forward. It's a continuous negotiation. For the negotiation to actually make progress, our officials need to do some more work.
So I want to ask you about the September 30th deadline. Is this do or die? And if not, why is this such a rush?
So from Canada's perspective, the focus from the very outset has been and continues to be to get a good deal for Canada. That is our focus. And, you know, we have said from the very beginning that we want a good deal, not just any deal. We know that this is a very complicated negotiation, and we are going to continue to be relentlessly and in a singular fashion focused on getting that good deal. Now, I believe that today we really are in a place where a good deal for Canada, a good deal for the United States, a good deal for Mexico is achievable. Getting there is going to take goodwill, good faith, and flexibility on all sides, and that's why we're working very hard. But our singular focus is on getting the right deal.
Can you negotiate past September 30th?
As I said, our singular focus is on getting the right deal for Canada.
Minister, I don't know if you've been briefed on this, but there's reports that a Canadian-Russian...
I probably haven't been.
But a Canadian-Russian national named Peter Versolov, who is a member of Pussy Riot, There's reports indicating that he might have been poisoned. I don't know if you've heard of this, if you're looking into it.
So I have been very focused on NAFTA today. I am aware of that issue. As I think people are aware, human rights are a real foreign policy priority for our government, particularly the rights of Canadians. So we are looking into that issue.
The fact that you've been meeting such a long time today with the Prime Minister, does that suggest that you're down with the short strokes on some of the really big issues that need his sign-off on?
The Prime Minister has been very, very engaged in this negotiation from the outset. We have spoken a lot, throughout this, I guess it's now 13 months that we've been working on it. We do also regularly, when we have big decisions to make, check in with the Prime Minister by phone. This is an important time in the negotiation, and so it was really important for me, for the negotiators, to speak directly with the Prime Minister, to brief him on the issues, and to have him give us his instructions on where to move going forward. In terms of where we are in the negotiation, it is a truism of trade negotiations that nothing is done until everything is done. That is simply the reality. This is not a process where you can go piece by piece. At the end of the day, it all comes together, or it doesn't. I think we have been making, over the past couple of weeks, of very intensive negotiations. We have gotten to a better and better understanding of what the two countries need. I do want to thank Ambassador Lighthizer for his good faith, and for he and his team have really been intensely engaged in this effort, as have we. At the end of the day, though, as I said, it's really a question of nothing is done until everything is done. The atmosphere is good, and I really, it is clear to me that both sides are engaged in a real good faith effort here.
Minister, can you sort of draw a clear line for people who are particularly concerned around supply management? Is protecting Class 7 a red line for this government? Can you tell dairy farmers, people in the dairy industry, that Class 7 will be protected?
So one of the things that Ambassador Lighthizer and I agreed when we entered into this really intensive current phase of the negotiation was that both he and I would refrain from negotiating in public. We felt that in this very intensive period that we build some of that trust, which is so essential at the negotiating table. I am absolutely confident, I'm certain, that agreement between us has been really helpful and has contributed to the constructive atmosphere that we have had for the past 2.5 weeks. And so I'm going to stick to that, and I'm not going to comment on where we are on any specific issues. I think the positions of Canada are well known.
So can you respond then to Premier Scott Moe today, saying that he's not sure that your government's line, that he said that he's not certain that no deal is actually better than a bad deal, that it would have so much uncertainty and that people don't actually know how to function now in a world without NAFTA. So how do you respond to someone like him saying that he doesn't actually agree with your government's main line and main approach on NAFTA?
So I wasn't at the meeting with Premier Moe. I do very much appreciate the strong support and the strong engagement we've had from the provinces and territories. At my level, from the trade ministers, we have very good contacts also at officials level, and we had a good call last week with the Prime Minister and Ambassador McNaughton with the premiers and briefed them extensively on where we were. That Team Canada approach, I think, has served us very, very well, and I'm really, really grateful to the provinces and territories for taking that approach. When it comes to our government's position, look, we are all Canadian. I think we know that one of the Canadian talents is a talent for compromise. It's something I think it's fair to say we as a country are good at. And that's a valuable thing in a trade negotiation. Having said that, we understand absolutely the importance of standing up for our national interest in these negotiations. And we absolutely believe that a good deal is achievable, a good deal for Canada, for the United States and Mexico. And we also very much understand that what we want is a good deal, not just any deal. That has been our approach from day one, and it continues to be our approach today.
So are you just saying you just disagree with this perspective?
I'm saying what I said.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone.